Hello, and welcome to Cyans Magical Worlds. In today's episode, we are going to go over the prologue of Cyans Chronicles and Chapter 1. I have some exciting gameplay of Demolition on Rush from Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. If you do enjoy my colorful world that I am about to create, cast a spell on that like button and don't forget to leave the portal open to view these worlds again by subscribing. And if you want to be notified when that portal is active again, please turn on notifications. Let's get started. Prologue. This world moved forward like any other worlds. Everyone getting along, with a few occasional outbreaks of war over things that didn't really matter. The sun was a bright golden beacon of wonder and warmth before the collide happened. It was the first thing sucked up into the purple quasar, changing the entire solar system within minutes. Every planet was sucked up except for our planet, Sangria. The world was then thrown into chaos, from the color changing drastically from a burning bright yellow into an ominous violet hue. When it was first seen in the sky, some say it was beautiful. Others say it was horrifying. But from the quasar came magic, and the Nephilites were the first ones to start understanding the magic that flowed from the quasar. And as everyone started to understand magic, they began to enrich their lives with it. The Lucites had a natural talent with magic and was able to bring beautiful colors to all sorts of plantation that existed on this planet. And they became so well known for this throughout the land that the Nephilites grew extremely jealous. Through the jealousy, the Nephilites decided to attack the Lucites, rounding any of them who strayed too far from their city, which in turn started a war. The Lucites found sigils that drastically changed the tide of battle for a few days. However, this discovery also led the Nephilites to discover their own sigils. Since the Lucites did not believe in violence in any way, their sigils weren't as formidable as the battle-hungry Nephilites. The Nephilites, being far more battle-hardened, found creative ways to overcome their defensive magic through intense training. During the war, the Lucites realized that the quasar was growing exponentially in size, and that the whole planet was more than likely going to suffer the same fate as the other 5 planets in the solar system. So they decided to try to stop the war. And when none of their things worked because the Nephilites didn't believe them, they just surrendered for the greater good. The Nephilites, in one swift movement, quickly seized the Lucites' main city, which name has been lost throughout time, and sacrificed them with magic to not only establish dominance over the whole planet, but as a way of showing strength. By doing this, they saved the planet from being destroyed into the quasar, leaving it suspended perpetually in space. However, the damage was done from the war, leaving the planet barren and void of any life outside of the 2 cities. The capital of the Nephilite city was named Disaster, and the Leaflet's capital was called Aloin, where the Cloverlings fled to during the war. Episode 1. It's been 4 generations since the collide happened, and 3 generations since the war ended. Finding sustenance or shelter is impossible. The world looks like an Omega-level apocalypse has happened, and it looks like nobody has even begun to restore the planet to its former glory. I personally have nobody else. They were ambushed by a group of people. All I remember is the bright green light that came down from the sky with a thunderous crash. It's been a week or so since they died, and as I look around I see nothing except for the green patches of fire that has kept me warm for the past couple of nights. But soon, that will diminish as well. I'm really young, so I don't have a name yet that I can recall, and I don't really know much other than what I'm seeing right now. As I look around, I see that there are no lights around me, only the bright purple quasar above me, a constant reminder of what had almost happened. If only I was born before this event, so I could have learned more magic. Nothing, as far as the eye can see. I have only seen a single city. This city was massive. The walls were white, with a bright gold hue all down the sides of them, separating the walls between each other. And the walls were so massive, it was like if I stood on top of myself maybe 100 times, I still wouldn't be able to see into the city. The only thing that anyone could see outside of the city was a giant golden orb floating above the city. There were 2 guards posted by the front of the city, in front of the gates, which were giant, that had beautiful gems of every hue along the edge of the door. Just as I thought about approaching the door, somebody appeared out of thin air. "Hey, what are you doing out here all alone? Where are your parents?" This man's about 4 feet tall. He's got wings neatly tucked underneath his white and gold cloak. And the man comes closer, offering what looks like a round object that he procured from thin air. It's okay, little guy. This fool is not the best on us. My name is MysticCyanKing. What is your name? I try to speak, but nothing comes out due to the dryness of this desolate world. He seems to notice this and produces a hollow cup in his hands, and then he forms a small cloud above it. Inside the cloud, I notice yellow lightning arcing into the cloud and water raining down into the cup. As the cup fills with water, the cloud disappears, and he gestures it towards me. "Please, you look dehydrated. Drink this. It will allow you to speak," he said. I think about what I should do. I don't really know too many words, so I haven't really spoken to anybody, but he seems compassionate. I don't feel any negative feelings coming from him. So, I reluctantly take the object and let the contents fall into my mouth, and it creates a moist effect on my mouth I haven't felt since I don't even know when. "Please, you look dehydrated." Oh wait, hold on, whoops. "You must not have been out here for very long. You look not much older than a year old. How long have you been traveling for?" "I was just heading to the capital myself when I felt another life force out here. Maybe I can help you find your parents, although I'm not sure why you would be out in this barren wasteland." I can sense your life force was almost diminished, and I wanted to make sure it wasn't someone who needed help. I honestly never thought it would happen upon a child as young as you are when I came out here searching. Here, eat this for some nutrients, now that you are hydrated. He hands me the ball that was in his left hand from earlier. It's a purple ball with a white mist flowing in between it. I grab the round purple object from his hand and consume it. It tastes so good, I get so overwhelmed that I pass out. This is going to conclude the prologue and the chapter 1. In the coming weeks ahead, explore what happens when he wakes up and how everything's going to form this planet and how maybe it might get saved or maybe it might get destroyed.
Wow.
Again, if you have enjoyed any of the colorful world that I am creating, please cast a spell on the like button, and don't forget to leave the portal open to view these worlds again by subscribing. And if you want to be notified when the portal is active again, please turn on notifications. It would be greatly appreciated. This is MysticCyanKing. I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of this gameplay.
Eyes up. Get ready to redeploy. Switching sides. Mission clock extended. Wipe out the objective.
Come on. Come on, get that defuse, get that defuse, get that defuse.
Pull the damn plug.
Yeah, I almost maxed out my store.
This did not go as planned.
Ah, it's like a best way. Yo, GG guys, GG.